Jacqui-Lee Pryce for Shadowboxruk UK. What an absolute pleasure. I'm at the York Hall on a Warren boxing management show with the lovely Oriance Lungu. How you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. Yes, I'm just happy to have my second fight out of the way now. It's enjoy the performance. 2 fights in 6 weeks, and it's a good way to close out the year. So I'm happy.
I've never seen anyone so happy after a fight. I'm like, literally, it's either she's happy because she won or she's hungry and she just needs food.
It's a combination of the two, I think. So I think immediately after, I was a little bit gutted that I didn't get the stoppage. After dropping her, I wanted the stoppage. But now that it's sort of starting to settle in, I'm happy. I've got to be happy. I've been out of the ring for 5 years before my first fight. This is the second one in 6 weeks. So yeah, I've got to look at the bigger picture and actually be happy with it. And I can enjoy December and then push on next year.
100%. So for the people that don't know, you had a standout amateur background. You were a national champion, amongst other things. Had your 5 years out, like you said. But listen, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't look like you have been out for 5 years. That ring rust is nowhere to be seen.
I think that's credit to Steve, and this is my coach Steve and the team. I've been training with them for the last year or so, and the training has been tough. I mean, I'm sparring Masood Abdullah, Amy Andrew, Newman Hussein, D. Allen regularly. So I think for me, just getting into fighting, getting into the ring, it's not much different from the training that we do. So that's helped massively with the ring rust, just actually getting prepared in training.
Yeah, I have to say, it doesn't to me look like that you've had that time out the ring. Second fight in 6 weeks. Is it nice to actually get out that quickly? And I'll get on to the performance in a minute, but to get out that quickly and literally put all those jigsaw pieces together.
At first, when I found out that I was boxing again in 6 weeks, I was like, oh, I don't really have time for another camp. But then I was like, actually, you've had the camp, you've had the fight, just do it. And then now I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm actually glad that I did do it. So I'm happy to get the next one going as well.
I was going to say, because you're used to, fighting regularly.
This is the thing. It's in amateur, I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, another one in 6 weeks. And I was like, we used to box 3 days in a row. No problem. It's weigh in, box, weigh in, box, weigh in, box. And I'm I have the luxury of 6 weeks. I don't know why I'm panicking. So yeah, it's knowing that the work has been done throughout camp and just trusting that. And yeah, try and just enjoy each performance.
Yeah, and you talk about your team. Steve Broughton is your coach. I will say today, what I thought about your performance, it was measured. I thought it was intelligent. I thought it was patient. You showed resilience. I could go on.
Oh, thank you. So I think she caught me with a good shot in the first round, and I was like, oh yeah, we're wearing 8-ounce gloves. I was like, oh, this is new. All right, so I think that forced me to be a bit more patient, so that's good. I felt like I was starting to get slightly more comfortable as the rounds were going on. So this is all really good learning for me. It's learning to be patient, not rushing things. Still loads of things to work on in the gym, but I'm happy that I'm learning as I go along as well.
You seem to have made that transition quite quickly. Everything seems to be sort of sitting into place, because not a lot of people are able to, I won't say they can make the transition, but they can't make it that quickly. One of the things I particularly liked today, the jab was on point. It was on point. But that body work, snatching away those people's midsections.
I'll be honest, the left hook to the body is my favourite shot. It's definitely my favourite shot, so I was happy. I think you'll probably be able to tell when you see the video, but I was happy when I landed that shot because it is one of my favourite shots. We're working on the pads in here in the warm-up, so I'm happy that I managed to land a few clean shots. Obviously, I wanted to put her away, but at least I was able to land a few of those, so I'm happy. Yeah, Steve kept telling me to go to the body, and we did, and I think that started to slow her down a little bit as well, so no, I'm happy.
She was, or is, I should say, a seasoned pro, an absolute seasoned pro. And I've got to get hats off to her because she took some of those body shots. And I was like, do you know what I mean? She could have crumpled. And I think she was ready to go. But what I like is, again, you took your time. You didn't get greedy, even though I was trying to count how many body shots. After a while, I gave up.
Yeah, honestly, she was tough. It's and I realised I was landing some shots. I was like, oh, okay, she's still here. And even some of the body shots, I was like, oh, she's not going down. So when she did finally go down on one of them, I thought, okay, this is the time. And I thought she wasn't going to get up. There was 2 seconds left, but she did. And I was like, damn. But yeah, she's very, very tough. So, but yeah, I'm happy.
And we talked about you being out of the ring for 5 years. In retrospect, look how good the female scene is, the professional scene. Have you kind of arrived at the right time?
hope so. It's great because now I have loads of sparring partners who are available for sparring, which is great. Like I said, I've been sparring Amy Andrew regularly, who's Commonwealth champion, Dee Allen, European champion. Before this fight, actually sparred Ellie Scotland, world champion. So it's like the opportunities for sparring now is incredible. It's like before you just spar the boys, but now I have more girls around my weight who I can spar with, which is just great for my development.
And I know we're only 2 fights in, but I think that you can be moved, and I'm guessing that Steve's going to move you quite quickly. Where would you like to be in, say, your next 1 to 2 fights?
I think next year, maybe 1 to 2 fights. I think we're probably looking at maybe a British title, get a title the first half of the year. I think that would be a great target, and so that's what I'm looking towards. So now it's just putting the work in, just fine-tuning things again and just challenging myself by going for those titles, and then after that we'll see what's next. But I don't want to look too far ahead. I want to focus on getting a British title, maybe a Commonwealth, and but I just want to keep enjoying the process. It's
lovely to see you out here and actually making a name for yourself, because like I say, it's only 2 fights in, already people are talking about you. You've made some statements. Because
you never know how it looks to other people, because obviously you're in it, you're only like, oh, I missed that shot, she landed that shot. So it's nice to hear people say well done and everything. I'm always going to be a little bit hard on myself, I guess, but it's nice to have the support. Honestly, the support for me so far has been absolutely incredible, and walking out on both of those occasions so far, it has just lifted me massively. Just hearing the crowd cheering for me, it's amazing. So I remember as an amateur, I never used to tell people when I was boxing because I didn't want people to know. But as a pro, you kind of have to tell people. But to hear people supporting me, coming down, it honestly means so much. So it's actually nice just being able to share this journey with so many people and hearing people talking about performances as well. So I'm happy.
You do seem. There was a moment where you were getting a little feisty, but I like to see that side of you. I was like, okay, Oriance.
Do you know what? It's weird because I think sometimes something just takes over, and I turn it to someone else, and I was like, okay. I look back on it sometimes. I'm like, who is that? Who is that? But okay, we'll go with it. It's needed in the ring sometimes. You need that alter ego. So we need it at the right times, and I think it came out at the right time today. So let's keep it.
Yeah, let's keep that. So listen, what sort of message are you sending out to the women in your division? If you want to look down the camera, send a message out.
I never do scary messages. All I'm going to say is I'm enjoying boxing right now, and I just want to push for titles next year. So I'm just going to keep chugging away and keep working hard. And we're going to get that title next year. And then that's it.
Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you so much.